Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, non-profit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, guys. Church of Scientology and former member settled long lawsuit. I don't know how I missed this one, but I did. Dated July 23rd, 2018. The Church of Scientology and one of its former members settled a lawsuit Monday that she filed nearly a decade ago, alleging she was forced to work long hours as a preteen, otherwise known as a child, and was coerced to have an abortion at 17, otherwise known as a minor. Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Mark Mooney met privately with attorneys for the church and plaintiff Laura Ann DeCrescenzo, then announced a settlement in court. Trial was scheduled to begin August 13th. John Bloomberg, an attorney for DeCrescenzo, said terms of the deal are confidential. Gag order. Attorneys for Scientology didn't immediately return calls seeking comment. The church was a defendant along with its Religious Technology Center. DeCrescenzo's allegations included forced abortion, false imprisonment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, unfair business practices, and wage and hour violations. Considering she was under 18, you'd think there'd be more, wouldn't you? Bloomberg said he didn't know why the defendants decided to settle. I would venture to say fair gaming, threats, intimidations, probably death threats, But actions by their lawyers in court indicated that they didn't want the case to go to trial. No kidding. Scientology, you didn't want it to go to trial? Aww. Plaintiff's attorneys subpoenaed Scientology leader David Miscavige, but church attorneys sought to squash orders for him to appear, Bloomberg said. Based on their actions in trying to prevent David Miscavige from testifying, it would lead one to the inescapable conclusion that preventing an order he testify was very important to them. Ooh, Bloomberg said. According to a sworn declaration by DeCrescenzo, she began volunteering to do church work. Just listen to this shit. She began volunteering to do church work at age 6 or 7. Do you guys see how fucking moronic that statement is? In Orange County. She said that at age 7, she was part of a Scientology group organized to picket the same courthouse where trial of her lawsuit would take place, according to City News Service. She said the demonstration showed the church's ability to go to every length to bring down people who filed lawsuits against the institution, whose followers include actors Tom Cruise and John Travolta. In case nobody knew that, Like, really, who cares? I believe that if I took any action against the Church of Scientology, whether filing a lawsuit or even speaking negatively about the Church of Scientology, that I would be subjected to severe retribution, including significant financial penalties and loss of my family, otherwise known as disconnection and freeloader debt. When DeCrescenzo was 12, she was recruited to join the organization's elite Sea Org. I don't know what's elite about it, which she said is responsible for overseeing the delivery of the religion worldwide. DeCrescenzo alleged that she was initially required to work daily from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. as a child, by the way, and 2 more hours were later added to her workday. DeCrescenzo says she remained with Sea Org until 2004, when she was 25. She says she was told she could not leave Sea Org. She could not leave Sea Org, and was released from duty, like a job, only after she pretended to attempt bluicide by swallowing bleach. How many times have we heard stories like that? DeCrescenzo alleged she became pregnant in February 1996. I would really like to know more about that story. Maybe it's too painful for her. In February 1996, and was persuaded, there's no persuading, they tell you, by the church to have an abortion to show her allegiance to Sea Org and its long hours. Isn't that great? The case was previously dismissed by another judge. Oh, I wonder what judge that was. We're going to do a little research and find out what judge that was. But a 3-justice panel of the 2nd District Court of Appeal reversed the decision. Ha! See, Judge? Ha! Can't pay off all of them. In June 2011, and sent it back to the judge to determine whether the church was permitted to raise the statute of limitations as a defense. The trial was scheduled to be conducted in 2 phases, beginning with a non-jury trial before Mooney to determine whether DeCrescenzo acted reasonably in waiting so long to file her lawsuit. We should really talk about that whole thing right there. If he had ruled in her favor, a jury would have decided any liability and damages. The Associated Press is an independent, not-for-profit news cooperative headquartered in New York City. So that was interesting. I'm shocked I didn't see this before. You guys know why they didn't want it to go to trial? I'm not a lawyer, nor am I giving legal advice. They did not want it to go to trial because it would set a precedent. Well, I mean, it already did, but one, she would have won probably more of a settlement, but that would have probably gained a lot more press. Just guessing. I'd love to hear from lawyers or someone who knows a lot about that, like BJ Investigates. Love to hear her take. Anyhow, you guys, I'm just glad I found that one. That was very good to me and interesting. So if you guys want to like and subscribe, go ahead. And I will leave a link in the description box. Have a great day. Good night, wherever you are. Peace.